Hey y'all, welcome to the Hot Rod Dad channel. Glad you came, and I hope you stay. If you haven't already, I hope you take one tiny little microsecond out of your day, hit the like and subscribe. If you like the content on the channel, I'd really appreciate it. It's a beautiful sunshiny day here in Tennessee, and the humidity has went down today, and it's just gorgeous here. And come over, pick up my dad, and we're going to ride in Old Smoky over to check out a 38 Chevy. And this car has some family heritage. So the lady that owns this car was having a little bit of trouble with her brakes, so she's a friend of a friend, just moved here to our area, so we're gonna go over and give her a big Tennessee howdy and check out the car, see if we can help her a little bit on her brakes, and y'all can come along. So how's Old Smoky running? Running great. Hitting on all of you. Hello. Boy, this is a gorgeous car.
Thank you.
Good to finally meet you.
Very nice to meet you. Thank you very much for coming out.
Tell me about this car a little bit.
So this is a 1938 Chevy Coupe. It belonged to my father, who bought it in 1963 from the original owner in Salinas, California.
Wow.
And
this is my dad, by the way.
Hi.
And
Very
this
nice
is
to meet
Old
you.
Smoky, and he bought it in 1970 from the
nice.
original owner.
My father had a 1950 Chevy. Did he? Yep, he did. He did.
So
And,
I thought it was appropriate that we drive it over today.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
So
This car, after my father bought it in '63, it was a daily driver. He drove it to work every day until 1971, when the battery fell out of the bottom of it on the way to work one morning.
my goodness.
And tumbled down the street because it was just held in by the leather straps.
Yeah.
Anyways, raising kids and working, and he parked it in the garage, and it sat in the garage from about 71 until they brought it to my house because they were working. He's got has a 32 Ford 5 window.
Oh, okay.
And he started rebuilding that one. Anyways, this finally, they got back on the road in 2009, and they took this car and the 32 and they went to Bonneville and went to the time trials.
Okay.
He and one of my other brothers.
Cool.
Anyways, I learned to drive in this car sitting on Dad's lap. And but when my father passed away 10 years ago, the car came to me. He knew I wanted it, if I could have it.
Well, I don't blame you.
And this, as you see it right now, this is the way the car was painted. Everything you see, what we've changed, though, we've put a new crate motor in it, new transmission, new Warner radiator, just to get it back on the road as a daily driver. Up until about 8 months ago, it had the original mohair interior still in it.
Wow.
And finally had the upholstery completely redone inside.
And was it originally black?
No, I actually have pictures of it in the house. It was originally brown.
Okay.
This one, when you get it in the sun, it kind of turns a cobalt blue.
Okay.
But when you see it outside of the sun, it's all black looking. And then the only thing I've had done to it is just what I've told you mechanically, just to get it back up and running on the road. And then, and you've met Edie?
Yeah.
Okay, her father and my father grew up together from the time they were little kids. So that's how I know Edie and I know Rod. And
so is he responsible for the paint
he's
job?
not responsible for the paint, but I did talk him into striping it for me.
Yeah.
So,
I noticed it had a nice Little tasteful pinstripe right there.
Yeah. So he striped it for me in 2015.
Can we take a peek inside here?
Of course you can. It's a beauty. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah.
As much as I can. We just got it back on the road. It's been in the shop for the last year, just
Like the little
things all put back
speaker
together
holes
and,
there.
And just getting it back on the road. So
Well, it is gorgeous.
yeah, it's a beautiful car. We still have just a few other things I still would like to do to it. Just give it a good shove. There you go.
Looks like it might have just a little hint of pearl in it, or
just a tiny bit. When they mixed it, there was a shop in San Jose that did it, and it was a special mix, and they kept mixing colors until they finally said, Dad said, yeah, this is what I want.
So you said it had a crate engine in it there?
Yeah, and we put a new crate motor in it.
Can we take a peek at that?
I will tell you that this thing is absolutely filthy inside.
Oh, I
It's been
doubt
in the
that.
shop, but it's getting detailed on the 6th.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty nasty looking in there, but
Very
Well,
nice.
so brand new crate motor, 350.
Uh-huh.
Gear Star transmission we have put in it with overdrive. You know, as you know, most of these things have such a problem with overheating or
Right.
running hot.
Uh-huh.
So we put a new radiator in, put a new fan in, try and cool it down a little bit. But the way you see it is the way it runs.
Okay.
And it's just a daily driver. It doesn't get trailered anywhere. I just drive it.
Well, it is one gorgeous daily driver.
So,
And got some original
original
California
plates.
license plates on it.
My father must have bought, I think he bought 3 other sets of California 38 plates. And I don't know about here in Tennessee. I've read a little bit up on it, but in California, you know, you buy the plates
Mm-hmm.
and you're hoping that they can get registered
Yeah.
with the Department of Motor
Yeah,
Vehicles.
yeah.
And he bought, I think it was 3 other sets.
Mm-hmm.
Went down and they said nope. And so finally got these, and these were good to go.
Mm-hmm.
And
You,
so
you can
hopefully
actually, if I'm not mistaken, you can register that tag in Tennessee.
well, that's what I'm going to find out about.
I
That's what
think you
gotta go,
can. I
because
may be wrong on
no
that. but-
offense, but I don't like the 38 Tennessee plates. But I'm just not used to looking at them. I
Yeah.
think that's the problem. So,
Boy, that's a doll.
It certainly is a gorgeous car.
Yep.
Thank you for telling us about it.
Well, thank you so much. Like I said, this was my father's car. I love it to death. We were raised with these cars.
Uh-huh.
There's this one, 32 Ford 5-window, which is an original all steel.
Uh-huh.
It was a 46 Cadillac Fastback that he had.
Wow.
It was sold and taken back to Norway
Oh, wow.
2014.
So he redid it when he's responsible for the,
This one?
yeah.
Yeah, this one, he rebuilt this several times, but in the current configuration that you see it, minus what I've done to it, Cole Foster out of California
Oh, yeah.
had a gentleman working with him by the name of Thomas Torgensen.
Mm-hmm.
And Thomas helped my dad with this car to get it up and running. And then Cole Foster and Thomas and my dad got the 32 back up on the road.
Cool.
By the time my dad retired and he was mid-60s going into his 70s, he just said, I'm tired of working on them. And he was at a point where he could afford to have somebody else
Yeah,
do what
sure,
he wanted
yeah.
to with them. So,
Well, I can understand that.
but everything else, like I said, the new mechanical stuff that I've had done to it, the white walls, we've lowered it about 1.25 inches in the rear without modifying anything in the trunk
Mm-hmm.
to get it to drop lower.
Right, right.
And I'm going to talk to Mike about putting fender skirts on for me, because I want to try and do like a 50
yeah.
tail dragger.
Oh,
That's
that'd
what I
be-
really like to do.
Yeah, that'd be sexy.
So
What'd you think about that 38 Chevy?
I loved it.
stall baby, ain't it?
It is. I'd drive that any day.
Yeah. It's Sunday afternoon. I've been out here doing a little picking in Oscar here. Picked up a really cool little K's ice cream sign right here. I'm just getting it unloaded. I think what I'm going to do with it is what do we got here? There's my buddy Todd in his new ride. What we got here?
New toy.
It's
a gas saver, a little 4-cylinder with overdrive.
Well,
so I bought it just to save gas.
That's cool.
You know.
Yeah. So this is a little track T Roadster.
Yep. It's a actually a Speedway body that was bought and started in 1987, and it's there's a long story with it. But anyway.
Yeah, the wheels look 1987.
Well, those are 1987 tires you're going to be riding on too. So, hey, think how much better you were in 1987.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
I can't deny that. Very cool.
So, it's more fun than barrel monkeys.
Neat little piece.
Yeah,
But the wheels got to go.
Yeah, update the wheels, and really, I mean, other than some new car bugs, you know, it's had 250 miles put on it this weekend.
That's
So
probably more miles than it's had its entire life, I'd say.
I've almost doubled it. Yeah. Yeah. So it's got some new car bugs. There's a couple of little oil leaks I'm going to have to deal with. Valve cover. I mean, it's got a really nice valve cover, but I think I'm going to have to put a stamped steel valve cover on it so I can run a PVC valve. These tires, they're so old. They're pretty rough. Just a couple little things, and other than that, it's pretty much ready to go.
Yeah, those are old.
And I can tell you from drive, you know, like I said, we put about 200 miles on it yesterday. I can tell you that at the end of the day, they were a lot rougher than they were at the beginning of the day. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
They're about to come off here. So.
Check out that suspension though. This car belongs to a mutual friend, Todd and I's, or it did, the builder of it, and his name is Don. He hand fabricated all that front suspension, the whole chassis in fact, and this has got a 2.5 liter.
Yeah, it's the old Chevrolet Iron Duke.
Iron Duke, yep.
Yeah, and Don, being was back in the day, was a well-known racer. I mean, he used to race with some big league people. In his garage, there's a really good picture of him and Jeff Bodine sitting on the pole, an outside pole at Martinsville for the modified race.
Uh-huh.
And so Don, being a racer, it's basically race car stuff. It's all inboard, rocker arm, suspension. So in here you have coil-over shocks that are, to keep it from being so wide, they are laying beside each other, and so it's all push rod. I'm telling you, right? It's a 3-link or 4-link. It's 3-link with a Pantard.
A lot of race car influence there.
Yeah, it's got what's really cool, at 1,430 pounds. It has wheelwood brakes on all 4 corners, and I mean, it will stop in its own length.
Stop on a dime and give you change, huh?
That's pretty much it. And really, all it needs is to just peg the awesome scale is some fresher tires and maybe update the wheels. And other than that, just a few little new car bugs, and Don built a fantastic piece. Looks like I'm gonna have to do a little adjustment right here. Yeah, we're touching the body right here. Let's see if I can.
You got a few little bugs to work out of it, but
Yeah.
really cool little car. A Duval style or Halleck style windshield really look cool on it.
Yeah, I think a Duval would be, and if I repaint the car, I'll probably put a Duval on it because I think it would look really good. I'm kind of torn about repainting it because, like, you know, there's a few little scratches here, and with the scratches, I'm not so oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
yeah.
don't scratch it. It kind of makes it more user friendly.
Uh-huh.
And I'm afraid if I paint it and do all those things, I'll get, where I won't use it and want people to be, super careful and
Right.
stuff like that. And I just,
One of my favorite details about it right here is the way he's sunk those buckets back in the
Yep.
in the body for a little extra leg room.
yeah, and otherwise I couldn't even drive it if it hadn't. And to me, this is kind of, I think this is like, was it 56, 7, 8 Corvettes?
Yeah.
That they set the seats back in.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it possible for me to
Yeah.
even drive it. And Don even, here's your reservoirs for your clutch and brakes.
Uh-huh.
And you got a little bit of storage room back here. And
You might fit a loaf of bread in there if you go to the grocery store.
And Don even gave me the hat from Gertie Performance, autographed by Mr. Gertie, because he didn't build this engine, but he designed this engine. My understanding is Gertie used to build a lot of these Iron Dukes for midget racing, USAC midgets.
Uh-huh.
And so it was built by a speed shop in Canandaigua, New York, by a guy named Jim Zag. But basically the design of the engine, the layout, was by Gertie at Gertie Engines.
Cool. Let's go for a ride in this thing.
Let's do it.
I want to see how an old guy gets in a young guy's car here.
I don't know. I'll watch you get in. Watch this. If you got big feet, it's like this.
Uh-huh.
Just like that, my friend.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do that. You talking about
Laugh at me,
a
would
fat boy here. One thing I've got to say, you have to like whoever you're riding with in this car.
you? You're pretty cute, Dennis, but I wouldn't say you're that cute. Okay? £1,430 and about 180 to 200 horsepower. When I get the carburetor straightened out, the carburetor sat for so many years is plugged up somewhere, so the transition circuit is not good. But once you get into the 4-barrel with the weight, it goes pretty good. What route you want to take? You know this area better than I
Wherever
do.
you want to go, just hang a left here.
Now you laughed at me about my tall windshield, but you're going to see you're going to be able to keep your hat on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And with this weight, you don't even have to use first gear. You just use second.
A Duval would really help with that, too.
Yeah. What's really awesome, the way Don designed this suspension, it is literally like just a big go-kart for the street. On tight, twisty turns, it would take a pretty hot car to keep up with.
Yeah.
I mean, 1,430 pounds, that's 500 pounds more than my motorcycle weight.
Right. Well, essentially, this thing is just a four-wheel motorcycle.
That's what I told her, yeah. It's a motorcycle, we don't have to worry about tipping over somebody.
So what's the wife think about it?
She fell asleep in it yesterday going down the road, so I guess
The wind is actually not too bad at all.
windshield's a little dirty. I'd clean the bugs off there. Look up. Look up. There you go.
These little cars make you a very defensive driver.
Yes, they do. I'm actually just as defensive in this thing as I was on a motorcycle.
sure turns the heads.
Okay, you want to go over and hit the bypass? Let's do that.
Sure.
Let's go over and hit the bypass.
Yeah.
Those wheelwood brakes, they like to squeak. Is this one coming in here?
It looks like it.
Yeah, I didn't know where to trust it or not.
Yeah. Like I said, these little cars really make you a defensive driver.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit of fiberglass is not going to slow a, 3,500 pound Chevy down a whole lot.
Not really, no. Just in case. I'm turning the hat around backwards.
I don't think that's supposed to be that.
No. Looked like they had some hard luck.
Yeah. That would get Dennis all fired up.
I've got the fever now.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Probably just easy third. But I'm actually thinking about going to a little more height on the front tires, maybe go down about 10 millimeters in width. And on the rears, I'm thinking about going, I don't know if I'll go to a 70 or 75. It's got two 45s on it. I'm going to put like a 235/70 or 235/75 on it. I actually like to get just a little more ground clearance.
Todd, thanks for the ride, buddy. I really dig the car.
Thank you, sir. It's a lot of fun. I'm gonna get on home. So wife has to get up really early being a surgery nurse, and she gets a little tense
Yeah.
if I make dinner run late. So I better get on back home.
Well, maybe this will get me fired up.
I hope so, because what you find out when there's a lot of restaurants that you maybe wouldn't go to otherwise, but you go, hey, let's go down there and try their hamburger.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Dayton, Tennessee, Monkey Town Brewing Company,
Yeah.
man, they got some good food. It is definitely a drive down there and
Yeah.
get something to eat.
Well, this is a great car to do it in.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get fat because of it. Fatter, how about
Yeah.
that?
See you, man. Well, that was a pleasant surprise. Hey y'all, thanks for coming along, checking out these two really cool rides. You know, they're two very different cars, two very different styles, one common passion. Right now, I'm gonna hang this K's Ice Cream sign up in the shop. Then I'm gonna get started back on the BLT, because riding in that Roadster of Todd's, after that, I've really got the fever. So till next time, y'all get out there and build something.